He said he couldn't handle my anxiety anymore. I tried everything: therapy, medication, journaling. Then I found out he'd been confiding in my best friend. When I read their messages, it was clear. She's exhausting. You're my peace. I invited them both over for dinner. I served them wine. And then I served the printed emails. What happened after they read them? I'm a 34-year-old woman living in Fort Collins, Colorado. I've been with my boyfriend, Marcus, for 6 years. We met through mutual friends at a housewarming party. At first, things were good. He was quiet, thoughtful, had a dry sense of humor. I was more emotional, a little anxious, but I always tried to manage it. I've had anxiety since college. I've done the work: weekly therapy, medication, breathing exercises, journaling. I don't lash out or cause scenes. I just get overwhelmed sometimes. And when that happens, I tell people I trust. That used to include Marcus. For years, he was patient. Or at least that's what I thought. He held my hand when I cried. He reminded me to breathe. He brought me water, told me I was strong. That meant everything to me. I felt safe with him. But in the last year, something changed. He started pulling away. He stayed late at work more often. He stopped texting during the day. He'd sigh when I talked about anything deep. If I cried, he'd just stare at me like I was a stranger. One night, I asked him if I was doing something wrong. He said, "I just can't handle this anymore. It's always something with you. I don't want to be your therapist." That crushed me. I told him I'd try harder, and I did. I doubled up on therapy. Started journaling every single night. Got my medication adjusted. I even stopped talking about my anxiety around him unless it was absolutely necessary. During this time, my best friend, Kendra, was always around. She and I have known each other since sophomore year of college. She was at my side through every breakup, job loss, and panic attack. She's the one who helped me draft my first message to Marcus when I had a crush on him. She was even a bridesmaid in my sister's wedding with me. She's family. Kendra used to always say, "Marcus is a great guy. Don't let your anxiety ruin something good." I thought she was just being honest. I thought she cared. We'd hang out, just the two of us sometimes, watch movies, go for walks. I'd vent to her, and she'd nod along, give advice, say she understood. But then something started feeling off. She stopped texting as much. When we did hang out, she was always on her phone. She'd smile at her screen, then lock it fast if I got close. One time I asked what was so funny. She shrugged and said it was a meme. I didn't push. I figured maybe I was being paranoid. But one night, Marcus left his laptop open on the couch. He'd gone to bed early. I came into the living room to grab my water bottle and saw his screen was still lit up. Outlook was open. And there it was, his email. A chain of messages between him and someone saved as KS. I stared at it for a long second. Then I clicked. I wish I hadn't. There were hundreds of emails. Not work-related. They were personal, detailed, emotional.
And disgusting. They were talking about me.
I sat there for hours reading through them. They'd been emailing for almost 8 months. Not just occasionally.
Daily.
Sometimes twice a day. Every little thing I'd said or done, Marcus would write to her about it. And Kendra would reply with long, supportive messages. Sometimes she joked about me. Other times, she played therapist for him. One email from Marcus said, "She's exhausting. It's like living with a storm that never passes." Kendra replied, "You don't deserve that. You deserve peace. I wish you were here instead of there." Another one, Marcus. "She cried over a song today. A freaking song." Kendra, "God, she's too much. You need someone who calms you down, not stirs everything up." They weren't just emotional support. They were emotionally cheating, maybe more, I didn't even know yet. I felt sick. My hands were shaking. My mouth went dry. I wanted to scream, to wake him up, to drive to her apartment and pound on her door. But I didn't. Instead, I printed every email. All of them. It took hours. I didn't sleep. I went through an entire ream of paper and a full black ink cartridge. When the sun came up, I had a 3-inch stack of printed betrayal sitting on my desk. That day, I acted like nothing happened. I made breakfast, kissed Marcus on the cheek, texted Kendra a meme. I even went to work and smiled through meetings. But my stomach was in knots the whole time.
I was planning something.
I invited both of them over for dinner that Friday. Marcus acted surprised but said sure. Kendra texted back a heart emoji. I told them I had some news I wanted to share. Something personal. Friday came. I made baked ziti, garlic bread, a salad. I set the table nice.
Licandre.
Opened a good bottle of red wine. They both showed up a little late, laughing together at something I wasn't part of. My stomach turned, but I smiled and played the hostess. We ate. We drank. I made sure their glasses were full. Then I said, I've been journaling more lately, for therapy. And I wanted to share something. I stood up, walked over to the kitchen counter, picked up the stack of emails, stapled and sorted, all 230 pages of them, and dropped them right onto the table between them. Marcus froze. Kendra's face went white. I didn't say a word. For a few seconds, they just stared at the stack. Then Kendra reached out with shaking hands and flipped the first page. Her name, the email header, and her response. She's exhausting. You're my peace. That's when the panic started. Marcus pushed his chair back so hard it scraped the floor. His mouth opened like he was about to say something, but no words came out. Kendra just sat there, eyes darting from the pages to me, then back to Marcus, like she was looking for help. Neither of them said a damn thing for what felt like forever. Finally, I broke the silence. Is there anything you want to say? Either of you? Kendra cleared her throat. This isn't what it looks like. That line. That damn line. I laughed out loud. I actually laughed. I couldn't help it. You mean it's not you calling me unstable? Not you saying I'm too much? Not you saying he should be with you instead? Marcus finally spoke. Look, I didn't mean for this to happen. I turned to him. Oh, really? So those 200 plus emails just typed themselves? All the messages about how annoying I am? About how you're stuck with me? About how she's your piece? He rubbed his face. I just needed someone to talk to. I slammed my hand on the table so hard the glasses jumped. That someone was supposed to be me. He flinched. Kendra jumped. I looked at her. And you were supposed to be my best friend. You sat in my living room and listened to me cry over him while you were in his inbox playing girlfriend. Kendra started tearing up. She whispered, It wasn't like that.
No.
I snapped. So, the part where you said I was dragging him down? Or when you told him to imagine waking up next to someone calm for once, that wasn't like that. She went quiet. Then Marcus had the nerve to say, It's not like we slept together. I blinked. So what? You get points for emotional cheating instead of physical? Is that what we're doing now? He stood up and started pacing. We were just talking, okay? I didn't want to hurt you.
Too late, I said.
You already did. Kendra put her hands on the table and leaned forward.
We didn't plan this.
It just happened. I didn't mean to fall for him. My chest tightened. So you did fall for him. She realized her mistake too late. Her lips parted like she wanted to take it back, but I saw the truth in her eyes. That's when I pulled out the second envelope. Smaller. A few more pages. Printed screenshots. Not emails this time, texts. I'd gone through Marcus's iPad. Same Apple ID. Same messages. I know you didn't just talk, I said, tossing it on the table. Kendra didn't even reach for it. She just dropped her head into her hands. 3 nights after my panic attack, I said slowly, When you told me to get rest and that I should stop checking my phone, you were texting him. You told him you wanted him to come over. Marcus didn't deny it. He sat down again, head in his hands now too. That night wasn't the end of it. Not even close. The fallout started the next morning. The next morning, I woke up to 20 unread texts from Marcus and 7 missed calls from Kendra. I didn't answer a single one. I was still shaking from the night before. My body felt like it had been hit by a truck. My mind kept replaying their faces when they saw the emails, like two teenagers caught sneaking out. But I wasn't done. I didn't want just a dramatic moment at dinner. I wanted consequences. Real ones. First thing I did was call my therapist and ask if we could meet that afternoon. I needed to talk to someone who actually gave a damn about my feelings. She gave me a same-day slot. I also made a few other calls. By 2 p.m., I had spoken to a woman named Jessica who worked at Marcus's office. I didn't reach out to stir drama, but I had a reason. See, one of the emails Marcus sent Kendra was about a client of his. A confidential one. He joked about how stupid the guy was for trusting him with his financial records. It wasn't just unprofessional. It was illegal. Jessica was in HR. I forwarded her that email. I didn't even have to explain myself much. She asked for the full chain. I sent it. Then I turned to Kendra. She wasn't just my best friend. She was also my maid of honor for my upcoming wedding. The wedding I had put a down payment on. The wedding that Marcus and I were supposed to have in 3 months. Kendra helped plan most of it. I made another call to the venue. Canceled everything. Lost the deposit.
Didn't care.
Then I texted Kendra one sentence. The wedding's off. And so is our friendship. She didn't reply. Instead, she posted a photo on Instagram a few hours later. A black and white quote image. Sometimes people outgrow each other. And that's okay.
No tags. No caption. But I knew it was about me.
The comments were full of mutual friends asking what happened. I didn't say a word publicly. I didn't need to. I had something better. A few days later, I created a shared Google Drive folder. Inside it were the emails, the texts, and a timeline. I titled the folder, What Really Happened Between Marcus and Kendra. For anyone who's wondering, then I sent the link to 7 people. Just 7. Our closest mutual friends. The ones who kept asking me if I was okay, or if I'd talked to them yet. I didn't include a message. Just the link. That's when things really started to shift. 3 of those friends texted me that night, furious, not at me but at them. 2 said they had no idea. 1 had suspected something, but didn't think it was real. 1 said she'd just talked to Kendra that morning, and Kendra acted like she had no clue what was going on. Another friend forwarded me screenshots from a group chat Kendra was in, trying to spin the whole thing. She said I was unstable, that Marcus had been checked out for a long time, that she and Marcus just connected unexpectedly. But people weren't buying it anymore. A week later, Marcus lost his job. HR had done an internal audit and found multiple emails where he casually mocked clients and discussed private details. I didn't even have to get involved again. They handled it on their own. And Kendra? Well, here's where it gets messy. Turns out, she wasn't Marcus's only piece. Another woman, a co-worker of his, reached out to me. She had seen the story circulating quietly among our circles and recognized some of the messages. Because she had gotten the same ones. Same tone. Same phrases. Same flirty energy. She sent me screenshots. Marcus had been emailing her too. During the same time he was talking to Kendra about me. So I sent that batch straight to Kendra. Subject line. Still feels special? No reply. But then something strange happened. I got a DM from someone I didn't recognize. A woman named Erin. She said she used to date Marcus before me. They broke up because he made her feel like she was crazy. When she saw the folder link, apparently someone else had shared it. She recognized the exact phrases he used on her too. Gaslighting. Guilt-tripping. The "you're too much" speech. Pattern behavior. And suddenly, everything clicked. This wasn't about me being exhausting. This was about Marcus being a serial manipulator. And Kendra? She just happened to be the one who fell for it this time. But I wasn't going to fall for it again. I didn't want to be the kind of person who gets bitter and spends months dragging out payback. But I wasn't about to just let it go either. They didn't just lie. They stripped me of peace, made me doubt myself, humiliated me behind my back. That kind of betrayal sticks. It stains everything. And they acted like I was the problem the entire time. So I gave them both exactly what they deserved. After the emails, the job loss, and the group chat drama, Marcus tried to make peace. He showed up at my apartment one night with a sad face and an old hoodie of mine in his hands like that was supposed to mean something. "I messed up," he said, standing in my doorway. "I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking clearly." I stared at him for a long second, then held up my phone and hit record. "Can you say that again?" I asked, but slower. He froze.
Go ahead, I said.
"Say it like you mean it." He stepped back. "Are you recording me?" "Yes." He looked stunned, then angry. "You're being petty now." I smiled. "You haven't seen petty yet." He turned and left. That was the last time I saw him in person. Now here's where it gets good. Remember that coworker, Erin? The one Marcus dated before me? We stayed in touch. She ended up giving me something very useful, a copy of a private blog Marcus had kept years ago. He forgot to set it to private, and it was still linked to an old resume site of his. Erin had the link from back when they dated. It had pages and pages of personal writing, stuff that made him sound very different from the calm, reasonable guy he pretended to be. There were rants about clients, rants about past relationships, even pieces where he blamed needy women for draining his energy. The tone was bitter and cold. He even bragged in one entry about how easy it was to make women feel like they were crazy. He literally used the word easy.
So I saved the whole thing.
Every post, every entry. I waited a few weeks. Let everything settle a bit. Let them think maybe I'd gone quiet. Then I made a website. I didn't put my name on it. Didn't even hint it was me. Just an anonymous blog titled, "Words from a Man Who Calls Himself Your Peace." I uploaded the entries, the emails, the screenshots. Nothing doctored, nothing fake. Then I linked it to a few key tags, Marcus's full name, the name of his old company, a few quotes from the emails that were unique enough to get picked up by search engines. SEO 101. And I let it sit. It took less than a week before someone found it. And then it spread. I know because Marcus texted me. "What the F*** did you do?" I didn't answer. Then Kendra called me, sobbing. Full-on panic. She'd been applying for a new job at a nonprofit, and the hiring manager had seen the site. Thought she might be connected to someone dangerous. They passed on her. I blocked the number. Now for the last piece. My therapist, who, bless her heart, is sharper than any of them, helped me go through everything from start to finish. At one point she asked, "Why do you think you held on so long?" It hit me hard. I'd done everything to hold it together. For years. For a man who had been building his exit strategy with my best friend. She told me, sometimes revenge is just letting them fall apart without you.
So I did that too.
I changed jobs. I moved to a different city, Boise, Idaho. Clean slate. Quiet apartment. No shared spaces.
No leftover memories.
I cut off every mutual connection. I stopped explaining myself. I stopped fixing things I didn't break. And slowly, the weight lifted. As for Marcus, last I heard, he's living with his brother. Still jobless. HR circles are tight in our industry. Word travels. Nobody wants someone who shares client info over email or trashes coworkers in writing. And Kendra?
She tried to launch a lifestyle blog,
preaching about authentic living and healing from female friendship wounds. The comments section turned on her fast. People called her out using exact phrases from the site I made. She tried deleting them, but the internet never forgets. She posted a video crying in her car, then deleted that too. Meanwhile, I'm not healed completely, but I'm free. I laugh more now, sleep better. I don't flinch when my phone buzzes. And if either of them ever tries to rewrite history, all I have to do is send a single link. It speaks for itself. That's the thing about people who call others too much. They usually can't handle the full story when it finally comes out. And I made sure the whole story was heard.